This is Janet Brewer. Many of my clients ask me how a trust works. Typically, my clients design their estate plans to provide tax protection for their beneficiaries and also to ensure that their share of the estate eventually passes to the people and charities they care about. Let's review a typical estate plan for a married couple and see how it works. Let's assume that the couple has 2 children, Sam and Debbie, and that they want to leave 1/3 of their assets to Sam, 1/3 to Debbie, and 1/3 to charity. When my clients first set up a trust, it's completely amendable. They can change it or revoke it whenever they want. They are the only people who are entitled to distributions from the trust. When the first spouse dies, typically the trust is split into 2 shares, the deceased spouse's share and the survivor's share. Different lawyers have different names for the deceased spouse's trust. Some lawyers call it a bypass trust, some call it a family trust, some call it something entirely different. The name doesn't matter. The important thing to know is that the trust is irrevocable. That is, who will ultimately receive the assets cannot be changed. Usually the surviving spouse receives all of the income while he or she is alive. The surviving spouse's trust is usually called the survivor's trust. The survivor has the right to completely change the survivor's trust, but does not have the right to amend the deceased spouse's trust. Let's look at what happens when the surviving spouse passes away. If the surviving spouse hasn't changed the survivor's trust, the entire estate, that is, both the assets in the deceased spouse's trust and the assets in the survivor's trust, are distributed to the beneficiaries. Take a look at Debbie Doe. Her share of the estate will continue to be held in a trust until she reaches age 45. Why would you want to keep an adult child's share in a trust and not distribute the assets immediately? There are several reasons. Maybe she's in a bad marriage, maybe she's having financial problems and you want to protect her from creditors. There could be any number of reasons for doing this. If this is something that interests you, I would be happy to discuss it with you. Once all of the assets have been distributed, the trust terminates. So in summary, this is only one example of a trust design. Trusts are extremely flexible and can be designed to cover almost any contingency, depending upon your goals and objectives. This is Janet Brewer. If you want to protect your beneficiaries from creditors, predators, in-laws, and outlaws, please contact me at www.calprobate.com or phone my office at 650-325-8276. Thank you.